In the workplace, when we hear the word harassment, many of us think of only sexual harassment. However, illegal harassment also occurs based on an employee's race or color, religion, national origin, or disability. Let us see the objectives of harassment at workplace. Define harassment. Explain the difference between illegal harassment and conduct that is inappropriate and unprofessional and often referred to as harassment, but that is not illegal. State the importance of preventing harassment in the workplace. List the categories of harassment. Cite the laws that prohibit and provide protection against harassment. Understand your responsibilities as supervisors for handling complaints and assisting in investigations and disciplinary action. What is harassment? In the employment and legal context, harassment is defined as conduct or actions based on race, religion, sex, national origin, age, disability, genetic information, military membership, veteran status for a reasonable person. Certain states also have additional laws to further include additional protections. Examples are marital status, transsexualism, political affiliation, criminal record, and others. Some of the definitions of harassment: unwelcome verbal or physical conduct based on a person's race, color, religion, sex or gender, sexual orientation, national origin, age, 40 and over, disability, mental or physical, or genetic information. Severe, pervasive and persistent conduct that unreasonably interferes with an employee's work performance or creates a hostile or offensive work environment. An occurrence where an employee's status or benefits are directly affected by the harassing. These are all forms of discrimination that violate Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the ADA, the IDEA, or GINA. Illegal harassment versus inappropriate conduct. Harassment usually refers to an illegal form of discrimination. Employees many times say they are being harassed, however, sometimes it may just be inappropriate conduct but not illegal. Inappropriate conduct, but not illegal, is usually referred to as workplace bullying. Workplace bullying is repeated mistreatment of one or more employees, typically using humiliation, intimidation, and denigration of performance. Bullies can be supervisors, subordinates, co-workers, or colleagues. Some examples of workplace bullying: social bantering or teasing, verbal abuse and profanity, gossip, stealing the credit for work performed by someone else, personal and professional denigration, overt threats, assignment of an unrealistic workload, aggressive emails, professional exclusion or isolation. Why it is important to prevent harassment in the workplace. Harassment harms everyone. The most important part of any company's values is to ensure all employees are treated with respect and dignity. Compliance with laws which specifically prohibit harassment. Click on each tab to know about the categories of harassment. Race or color harassment, ethnic slurs or jokes, offensive or derogatory comments, or other verbal or physical contact based on an employee's race or color is considered harassment. Religion harassment, religious jokes, or preaching to another employee can be considered religious harassment. National origin harassment, decimation because of the birthplace or culture of another employee would be considered harassment. Sexual orientation. An employee that identifies as bisexual, homosexual, or transsexual may be protected by certain state laws. While this is not a federal protection, most companies also have this written into their policies as well. Disability. The Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, prohibits workplace discrimination on the basis of disability. Laws that prohibit and provide protection against harassment. Click on each act to know in detail. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 covers all private employers, state and local governments and educational institution that employs 15 or more individuals. It prohibits intentional discrimination and practices because of a person's race, color, religion, sex or national origin. Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 Protects individuals with disabilities and those regarded as having disabilities. Equal Pay Act of 1963 protects men and women who perform substantially equal work in the same establishment from sex-based discrimination. Immigration and Reform and Control Act of 1986, 1990, 1996 establishes penalties for employers who knowingly hire illegal aliens, and prohibits employment discrimination on the basis of national origin. Age Discrimination of Employment Act of 1967 protects individuals who are 40 years and older. Civil Rights Act of 1991 provides for damages in cases of intentional employment discrimination. The Genetic Information, Non-Discrimination Act of 2008 prohibits employers from discriminating against employees in hiring, firing or any other terms and conditions of employment based on a worker's genetic information. Your responsibilities as a supervisor. Know and comply with all policies and procedures. Immediately report any complaint that you receive from your employees. Immediately report any incidents you witness to HR. Demonstrate your willingness to hear and objectively discuss complaints with your employees. Inform the employee that you must report all complaints to the HR team. Tell the employee that confidentiality will be respected as much as possible, but cannot be assured in order to investigate fully and properly. Do not object if an employee prefers to or actually does bypass the standard chain of command. Respond to any employee's complaint as soon as possible. Do not engage in retaliation against an employee who complains of harassment.